kind of built an art bunker, but was really a compressed technology to build the future in advance. It's just very expensive because it's not commercial. So the last question we're going to ask you is, if you were going to build the future in advance at a major museum for a year, money is no object, which I'm a tech guy, I'm a tech artist. They know me in Silicon Valley, I can get the money, just for, I can. If it seems like it smells good, they'll do it. So you have unlimited money, you're in the museum, you're sitting in the Tate, the Pompidou, or the New Museum, and you can build a piece of the future. Like, I'm going to build atmosphere. Like, every breath that they're going to live in the museum for a year. Every breath they take, I'm going to control the nitrogen, oxygen, breath that they take. Somebody else might monitor their parts, or how they eat, who they talk to, where they go. Every single piece of it, which piece of the future would you build is the final question. So you'll give you a little time to think about it.
I don't know.
No? Yeah. You're up, man. All right. We need a mic ring.
I don't get on screen too with you? Not the two of us?
I would if they would let me.
So the idea is, I'm doing this is like this is Ani Timona.
I'm Mark. What's going on?
She's the director of We Live in Public, the movie, but she's also
I'm pulling you up now. It's got nice.
She's a world famous documentary filmmaker and now a narrative filmmaker who's did her last piece was
Maple Cliff.
Oh, really cool. Yeah, you know him.
Coming out March 1st.
He was an artist in New York.
What is it? Uh-oh. Here we go.
He's got a good sense.
This is what happens when you do your own life.
I'm only taking you to the best people.
Yeah, over and under. There we go.
Wait, hold on.
I'm only taking you to the best people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
I got it.
Okay.
I wouldn't steer you wrong.
There you go, bud.
This captain told it.
Try to stay behind the camera.
Yeah, Matt Smith plays Robert Mapplethorpe. You know Matt Smith, like Prince Philip in The Crown. Oh my God.
No.
Well, if you see it,
He got the.
outrageous.
You know, this is the 5 questions. I'm
We should
ripping
do an
off the
article
4
on it.
questions.
We should.
You know the 4 Passover
Let me see the
questions?
5 questions.
This is a riff.
They're future.
Ah!
They're very futuristic.
You're supposed to ask.
It's a bit like HAL 9000 taking over the computer. Like when the computers take control.
They were just telling me that, like, my turn 46 was
Only idiots grow up.
10 years ago, my mother, like 30.
Yeah, I know.
I hope I'm smart enough to answer your questions.
Okay, just one last thing.
I'm teasing.
So the piece is like, you know the whole thing with the bucket challenge?
Yeah.
The idea is to do 10,000 of these and then put them out. Once we have them, we post-produce from selfies to Yuppies. We add production value and then put them out scientifically for maximum virulence.
Cool.
That's the game. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta whip it. Okay.
If I need more.
Don't I need makeup?
Let me do one.
Am I too shiny? I'm teasing.
What's your name?
Mark.
And what is your Facebook name?
Mark Wavy.
Spelled?
W-E-H-B-Y. Mark with a C.
And Instagram name?
M-A-R-C-W-E-H-B-Y. Not terribly creative.
Alright, answer as you want.
Okay.
Question 1. Is the march of technology likely to slow down at any time?
No chance. Certainly not in the art world. No chance.
Question 2. Which poses a greater threat to humankind? Global warming or the algorithmic cloud overwhelming human intelligence?
In our lifetime, being almost 50 years old, certainly that algorithms have taken over the universe on every front. Whether it's Wall Street, car companies, food tasting for big grocery store chains putting more salt and sugar in their potato chips, whatever it is. Absolutely.
Okay.
You start first.
Okay.
Question 3. Your algorithmic inflection point forecast. Humankind evolves out and the algorithmic cloud evolves in. What year? It won't happen, or what year would you say? How long from now?
I'm not quite sure I even understand the
When
question,
HAL
to be
2000,
honest.
HAL
Yeah.
9000
When is HAL going to take over?
plays
the
a better
space
chess
shuttle
game.
You're no
service?
longer
Oh.
making the choices.
Like
Pick a
it
year.
hasn't already.
No, so it's your 2000.
Well, no, not in totality, but
The
it's
inflection
certainly,
point.
it certainly seems to be in the works. I mean, if you just look at the
Pick a
fluctuation
year.
on Wall Street,
Pick a year.
2 years from now, what is
Whoa!
Say the year.
2020?
So you do your math's good.
Better than mine.
Okay, next.
Post-algorithmic inflection point. Is the human population likely to stay the same, increase, or decrease?
I think the assumption is increase, unless there's, I mean, when has the population decreased in the last 100 years, 150 years, anywhere around the globe, really?
Okay, next question.
Question 4. Post-algorithmic inflection point. Is the human population... Oh, wait, I already asked that. Question 5. Question 5. In which museum are you going to build your piece of the future in advance of all this happening? The Tate Modern, the New Museum, or Centre Pompidou?
Does it have to be one of those? I'd say none of those. I say it's got to be in a private museum.
Pick one. No, it has to be a public
It
museum.
has to be a public museum.
Can you say a different museum
Yeah,
out
yeah.
of the 3?
Have to say something more like what the Rebels are doing, or
Pick the museum,
the Rebel Family Museum
which is where.
in Miami.
What part of the future? Okay, and what would
Because
your
it's
piece
more
of the future be?
flexible,
What would
because
your
it's
piece of the future be?
Less bored rigmarole.
Next question.
less-
What would you? Yeah.
What would you build in there?
More glass to see outside more, to sort of let people from the outside see in without necessarily having to come in.
Okay, that's an architectural thing, but
The
as far as
panopticon.
what you would put in there...
No, he's saying a
What would I put in
panopticon.
there?
Yeah, what would you build?
Oh, what would I put in there? Gosh, it's a complicated, multifaceted question.
I teed you up, man.
Good
He's
question.
a little bit more forceful than I am, but go ahead.
What would I put in there?
You know, on the...
Artist under 50.
Aha.
Artist under 50.
Killing me.
All right. Awesome.
We're gonna.
so
You get a.
ageist.
You get a. No,
Why
you.
would you do that?
They teed you up.
Because I'm almost 50.
And then you're gonna age yourself out?
Yeah, it's okay. I already have. It's fine. This is cool.
But what about people,
But I'm not an artist.
but look, in the future, in the near future, we are gonna be the only ones who actually remember the world before the internet. So if you
Yeah, of
phase us
course.
out, then you don't have the comparative, you don't have the before, you don't have the,
Let me try another context.
do you,
I get it, but I want to get an answer to the question.
right.
So
I'm good at not
the
avoiding
obvious
questions I don't want
one
to answer.
is if you actually build the future in advance, it might work really well. So one of the installations has to be the red button that turns it all off. I'm going to build the atmosphere, I hope, so that every breath that every person living in the museum for a year takes, I control the mix of their oxygen. That degree of technology. You might be the guy that they swallow the pill to do the diagnostics, or how fast,
I don't
whatever it is. Okay. Do you want to try again?
Yeah, give me a second. Jeez. In a museum context.
Unlimited money. You can spend as much money as you want because.
All right, I've got one.
Go.
It's avoiding your question, but I've got one. Ready?
Yeah.
Better food.
So you're going to manage each person's actual everything they eat in their mouth.
In a museum context, 100%. It needs to be curated like the paintings do, the lighting, the floors, the architecture. 100%. So much room for improvement.